If I repent, is my repentance going to be accepted?
He pleads at the feet of Imam al-Hussein, asking for forgiveness from the Imam, and asking for forgiveness from Sayyidah Zainab, the sister of the Imam, asking for forgiveness for the fact that he felt that he was the one responsible for the events at Karbala, for he had diverted them towards Karbala. Imam al-Hussein says to him, Hur, you are a free man in this world and the hereafter.
With Hur, it's really important because his story is so beautiful. It just proves the point that everyone is born with the light in their heart, and that light has been placed by Allah.
Hur's most important feature that we can take into our lives as Muslims is the fact that a person, the door of repentance is open for him at every stage in his life.
On the night before the 10th of Muharram, across the plains of Karbala, preparations had begun for the following morning. It was now inevitable that there would be a battle. The camp of Hussein, quiet in prayers, came to realize that this would be their last night together.
The night before was a big night. Lady Zainab is quoted as going up to her brother and saying to him, do you have complete trust in your companions? Can you basically rely on them to protect you and to protect us tomorrow, because tomorrow is a big day? Do you have that level of trust in your companions? The traditions tell us that one of the companions who was basically guarding the tent in which Imam Hussein and his sister Zainab were speaking to one another, he overheard the conversation between the brother and the sister. And he goes back to the tent of the companions and he tells them, listen, tonight's the night, and right now what we need to do is to show our loyalty to our master. Right now what we need to do is to go and give Lady Zainab the assurance that we are going to be the men that we claim to be.
The Imam came to the companions and told them that my allegiance is off of you. There's no bay'ah. You've done your job. These people want to kill me. They have nothing to do. If you guys, you can use the night. They're not going to find you. You can leave right now. Go settle somewhere where they can't get a hold of you.
They come out of their tents like roaring lions, with chivalry, with courage, with such a great amount of conviction and strong and solid faith in their hearts that can only be possessed by a person who has witnessed his position in paradise.
They all were fully aware that the Imam was doing something that was ordered for him to do by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Imam Hussein alayhi salam said, I have never seen and I don't know the companions of anyone who are better than you, my companions.
You could just imagine 73 of the most noble men history has ever witnessed.
Amongst the companions was one who was recognized as being a person who hardly smiled in his life. They came to him on the 10th of Muharram. They asked him, how comes now you smile, whereas the rest of your life you were hardly ever seen smiling? He says, my life has been a struggle, but now the struggle is complete with Hussein ibn Ali.
Anyone who dies without knowing his Imam of his time will die like a Jahil. His death will be like a death of anyone who has passed in Jahiliyyah, in ignorance age. So they knew that, and they knew their Imam. How could they again go against their Imam? أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. Obey Allah, obey the Messenger, and ulul amri minkum. Those people who have been given authority among you, they knew that Imam Hussein alayhi salam was their Imam.
The beauty of the Imam was that Imam al-Hussein sought to give the freedom of choice to his companions, to allow them to continue living their life without the oppression that was going to be faced on the 10th of Muharram.
On the 10th day, the day of Ashura, the companions did not allow any of the family of Hussein to commence battle before them. They fought bravely, one by one, until they all attained martyrdom. The 70,000 strong army of Yazid now faced only a handful of Hussein's family members. One of the youngest was the nephew of Hussein.
Al-Qasim ibn al-Hasan, the son of Imam Hussein's own brother, Imam Hassan, his own nephew. Traditions state that he was 11 years old. Some say he was 14 years old.
When Qasim ibn al-Hasan came to the Imam and asked him for going to the battlefield and actually fighting, if you could imagine the picture, because Qasim ibn al-Hasan is in his early teens, and you could imagine what an early teenager looks like, and can barely carry a sword with him, and with the heavy armor that they had to wear in order to do something. So he comes and asks the Imam to go to the battlefield.
And the minute he cast his eyes on his uncle, he begins to cry. Imam Hussein begins to cry, and they embrace one another. They embrace and hold one another for so long until traditions tell us that they both fell unconscious.
It's a very, I think, a very tough moment for the Imam to allow even this person, this child, to go and fight. So